At exactly noon, the world used to disagree on what noon even meant, and that confusion nearly tore modern life apart. Imagine standing on a train platform in the 1800s, pocket watch in hand, watching steam curl into the air. Your watch says it's time to go. The station clock says you're late. The town 10 miles away insists neither of you is right. Back then, every city kept its own time, set by the sun overhead. Noon was local, personal, and wildly inconsistent. And as railways stitched continents together, that chaos became dangerous. Trains collided. Missed connections stranded travelers overnight. Telegraph operators sent messages that arrived before they were sent, at least on paper. Time itself had become unreliable. In October of 1884, delegates from around the world gathered in Washington, D.C., inside a room thick with cigar smoke, wool coats, and quiet tension. Astronomers, diplomats, naval officers, men who understood that the future depended on synchronization. They weren't just debating clocks. They were arguing over power, navigation, empire, and whose version of now would rule the planet. At the center of it all was an invisible line, longitude 0. Should it pass through Paris, Washington, somewhere neutral? The room hummed with rivalry. Nations rose to defend their pride, their maps, their ships at sea. Outside, the world kept spinning, indifferent to the argument, sunrise arriving at different moments for everyone. Then came the realization that snapped the room into focus. Time wasn't a natural truth anymore. It was a tool. If humanity wanted a connected world, safe railways, global trade, shared science, then time had to be agreed upon, even if it felt artificial. Slowly, reluctantly, the delegates aligned around a single prime meridian and divided the globe into slices, time zones, each marching forward in orderly steps. With a vote, centuries of local noon vanished. The change didn't happen overnight. Towns resisted. Clocks were reset. People complained that the sun no longer matched the hour. But something profound had shifted. For the first time, a person could travel across continents guided by a shared rhythm. Ships navigated more safely. Businesses coordinated across oceans. The world began to tick together. And here's the quiet twist. Once time became standardized, it began to control us. Workdays, deadlines, broadcasts, alarms, modern life snapped into alignment with those invisible lines drawn in 1884. We didn't just organize time. Time organized us. Every time you glance at your phone, waiting for a meeting to start or a train to arrive, you're living inside that decision made in a smoke-filled room over a century ago. If this story made you see the clock differently, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment about how time shapes your life. It helps the channel grow, and it keeps these hidden stories ticking forward.